You talk about cancer tying it to holistic. Explain what you mean.
Well, there's
there.
there's a homeopathic doctor in India. His name is Ramakrishnan. All he uses is homeopathy. He doesn't do vitamins, he doesn't do nutrition, he doesn't do diet. He just does homeopathy. And he has 52, 65, 72, 80% success rates with all different types of cancer. Abram Hoffer, who was a medical doctor, bless his heart, he was a colleague of Linus Pauling, the vitamin C guru. Hoffer founded a type of medicine called orthomolecular medicine, which is kind of like naturopathic medicine, but it's the use of vitamins therapeutically. Hoffer and Pauling had remarkable results with cancer patients, right? Dr. Wallach, when he was working at the cancer clinic in Mexico, because the holistic therapeutics are outlawed in the United States, was having remarkable results with cancer. Nobody had developed a